Hi, this is Walt from Lone Wolf Rolls Royce Bentley Service out here in Chino, California. This is part 2 of the brake pump that we were discussing, and as I told you in the last clip that I'll be cleaning this all up and going to lay it out so that you can see exactly how this looks now that it's all nice and clean. And as you can see, this thing cleaned up pretty nice. If you recall, this was pretty shabby looking. It is looking much better now. Even on the inside, there's a little bit of erosion, but it's not where the seal should be, so I think we'll be okay. These guys are also very expensive, and we try to save them when possible. Just switching back here to some of the parts that I removed that will not be working their way back into this brake pump. Number one, this, let me get a little focus on here. This is that brake pump push rod that we deemed as ready to let go, and right about there is the problem part. The metal is eroding, and this is just going to get progressively worse, and eventually one day will fail. And we are replacing that with a brand new one. As you can see, nice and shiny. They're not too bad. They're like around $160, and it's hardened steel, brand spanking new. And we'll put that over here. Just wanted to show you a couple other parts here. This is a very critical part here. This is a wavy washer, and this is part of the pumping system. Without this washer, you cannot make pressure. This is the seal on the top that is always replaced. It comes in the brake pump kit, along with these O-rings here. And this is the return spring, which is also it's recommended to replace these. You don't have to do it every time you do a brake pump, but if you know the car and if it's never been done, do yourself a favor and change it. These have been known to fracture and break, and then you have another set of problems if that does happen. So being that this is an original spring and this is a 1975 car, this is definitely time to change. This is the seal that goes inside the brake pump, and this is very, very old. It was really hard to dig that out. These are the seals that go right here, between here and here, and as you can see, these are the new ones. The old ones here, just to show you how old they are, I'm going to I can just break it. See? Breaks. I'm just breaking it. It's so dry rotted. I would venture to say we might even be older than 20 years. And as you can see, the new ones, nice and pliable. So those are the guys that are going to go in there. Looking at this closer, you can even see a shiny spot where this spring was actually touching, and that might be become the wearing point of that spring, and eventually it'll just fail. There you go. Okay, now this is all in line of how this is put together. Here's your circlip. This is your retainer. This is a spring. This is a piston plunger, and this has to fit perfectly in this bore. It has to be like almost zero clearance, with the exception of a little bit of fluid, and that kind of fills in the gap. If these two items are not matched up, or if there is some resistance when you put it together, like it's hard to go back and forth, your brake pump could stand a chance to actually seize, and then you will not have any pressure at all, which will create another problem. This is the housing. As you can see, we cleaned this up real nice, and let me just get a little light inside here. You can see As you can see, it's all nice and shiny in there. We'll turn it around. You can see it in here as well. It's all like brand new. We bead blast everything with silica beads. It's very friendly, and it does do the job. Over here we have 3 different items here that are very, very necessary for this brake pump, and this is what creates pressure. This is a washer retainer, this is a flat washer, and this is that wavy washer again. This is a check valve that's easily capable of 3,500 pounds without even batting an eye. And look how small this is. It's very tiny. But this thing can create a lot of pressure. And of course this is the upper top that, if you remember, was very, very dirty. And here is the upper circlip, which goes in this groove right here. And that's the whole pump. Let me back up again. So in our next video clip, we're going to have this all put together so you can see what it looks like all together. And I will also probably show you how I bench test them to make sure that they're actually pumping, to make sure everything is in working order. Okay, until next time, take care, and we'll be back shortly.